many of us will remember that during the anti-apartheid campaign, a lot of people bought shares in key companies, British companies, and put in appearances at annual general meetings and highlighted their disgust about the anti-apartheid. Now it seems that many multinational companies cannot be touched because they're often private equity companies or hedge funds. They're not quoted on the stock exchange. Nevertheless, at the moment, there's a lot of intense anger in Britain about the behaviour of some of the bankers. It already exists. How then do we campaign to inform the public about what is going on, about the rip-off of developing countries? And it's not helped, it seems, by the public. The public have been brainwashed by many newspapers that all the leaders in third world countries or developing countries are all corrupt. And that's what they say. They blame the problems for corruption of their leaders, which I know is not true.
Thank you. Brilliant question. I think all of you could answer that question. Alvin, can I pass it to you first? And then Anna, and then Raymond.
Thank you. I think I would refer you back to the material that Helen just introduced. Despite the fact, what you rightly pointed out, that many of the multinational companies have now different financing structures, I think that they still put a lot of value on their customers. So if there are companies that are having Vodafone, whatever companies, knowing that their customers are aware, I think is very important. We have, in the case of from Africa, sort of desisted to go the route of sort of using one brush to say all multinational companies are bad. But I think that they have a responsibility of ensuring that there is transparency. So I think that from the citizen's perspective, there is that possibility of demanding from these companies to take a clear position in terms of what is your position in terms of the need to increase global transparency. That's what I would add.
Now, Christian Aid, again, has a campaign for British companies to start declaring their tax payments country by country, and this would be crucial because then we would be able to trace where is the evasion that's going on. So I please ask you to support that campaign. And it's also, I think it's here, it is part of this toolkit here. Thank you.
Alvin used the right word, transparency. It is transparency in the global financial system that can solve many of these problems. And Anna talked about country-by-country reporting. The concept of country-by-country reporting was developed by Richard Murphy here in the UK. He's a very active blogger on his website and on the website of Tax Justice Network. The concept behind country-by-country reporting is pretty straightforward. Companies would be expected to report their results, their sales, profits, and taxes paid in every jurisdiction where they're doing business. This is not the case at the present time. At the moment, corporations report their results on a global basis. You can't tell what they did in one country or another. If you were to require country-by-country reporting right now, what you would find is many corporations reporting losses in Kenya and Brazil and India and other countries, and huge profits in the Cayman Islands or Jersey or other tax havens. How do you do that? How do you show losses where you have production and profits where you have no investment whatsoever? You do it with the shadow financial system. Country-by-country reporting would change that. The other key element in transparency is getting rid of disguised corporations. Every entity doing business in the world, we should know who are the natural persons owning that entity. It is inexcusable for banks to do business with entities where they do not know who owns the entity. And it's so simple. You simply ask and require that you be given that information under penalties if you're given the wrong information. It's inexcusable not to know with whom you are dealing. Those two things, knowledge of who owns the entity and country-by-country reporting, will solve a great deal of this problem.